cutting out again. Get off the bridge. Come on. Come on. Not good. Oh, just stalled. Well, hello, it's Mike Festiva. Welcome back. As you see from the intro, some of these trips don't always go as planned. It's late winter in Washington, packing up for an overnight with the little Key truck camper, heading out west, rain or shine, mostly rain. So stick around and enjoy the video.
I mean, once it reaches $2, I guess people are going to have to get their grandpa's and grandma's horse and buggy.
Ridiculous price, man. Well, hey, I'm Mike Festiva. Welcome back. In this video, we're heading out about 70 miles west to go visit a friend, Dave, previously known as Hobo Dave. You recognize that name. Actually, he's let me use a bunch of his music in my videos over the last, 3 years or so, maybe 4. So we're going to go out and visit him. He doesn't have a phone, so I sent him an email. Hopefully he's around. He's in a pretty remote area down a bunch of gravel roads. So we're going to go visit him if he's around. I got some Canon batteries I'm going to give him for his camera because his Canon batteries are acting up on him. A little thank you for letting me use the music. And if he's not around, we'll still have a good time cooking some good food and exploring. So stick around and enjoy the video. I always get a lot of comments about my crack in my window. Well, this is how it happens. Even if you're doing the speed limit, people love to pass. They don't clean the center of the roads off in Western Washington very well. That's how I got the last crack, people passing. It turned into a giant crack. A lot of people tell me I should replace it, $750, and well, another $200 to get it installed. After $1,000, it's just not worth it. It's just going to crack again. Every one of my vehicles have cracks from driving down the highways around here. So gas is expensive, food is expensive. I'd much rather spend $1,000 on that than a cracked window. Not that big of a thing to me, but that sums it up in Western Washington. That's just the price you pay for driving around here. Well, I was heading out, only had a quick breakfast. It was around lunchtime, stopped and got a $10 meal. It's hard to beat that. Good salad and a piece of pizza and some iced tea. And heading on south, looking for a different dirt road to get in. Primitive road, not too bad of a sign. This route turned out to be kind of a bust. So I scoped this route on Onyx, and it looked like it should take me through, just have to keep heading west. But unfortunately, this route had some road work going on it, and I kept coming across some detour signs. Here's one of the first of many. Well, looks like we're going this way. This way. Now, I'm trying to get you another main road, and I was going to go in a different route this time, but as you see, there's a bunch of detours, and it doesn't really seem like we're getting the direction we want to go. We're basically heading south, and we want to go west, so I don't know. Might have to head back the highway if I can't get through. I mean, the road's still going, but it doesn't look like it's taking me where I want to go. So unfortunately, detours all over the place here. So definitely don't want to go around those in case there's like active logging or some major culvert repairs or something like that. So fortunately I have to head back out to the highway and go in a different route. But maybe another time, maybe when the detours aren't up, we could go that route. Very odd route. I ended up doing about 10-12 miles off gravel roads just to link it back out on the highway, 5-6 miles down the highway further. It was all zigzagging around, but every time I wanted to go west, there's a detour sign pointing me south. So it's really oddball detour because it never really got you to where you're actually trying to go on the road. So I'll have to try that route again some other time. Pretty cool. It's early March in Washington, and that's some salmon berries starting to bud and flower. Well, all right, finally made it to Dave's driveway here. Further west we went, the more the rain would come down. That's pretty typical as you get closer to the coast out here. It's just a downpour, and late winter we don't get much snow. It's mostly just a ton of rain. It's not uncommon to get an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches even in a day out here. So like I said, we're heading out to visit Dave. He is an interesting, creative human being. He's a musician, movie maker, surfer, you name it. Living off the land, off the grid. He's just kind of a unique, one-of-a-kind individual. I've known Dave for, 4 or 5 years now. And it's just a likable guy, creative, and just pretty peaceful person. You want any more coffee or are you good?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I had way too much.
I'm glad you're getting used out of that thing still.
I was just intimidated by it because I'd never had a quad or any kind of motorcycle thing or anything. And then when I realized, wait, this is the same generator.
Yep.
And all these things, it's like what I was like, okay, you're right.
Oh man, I'm glad you're still using that thing.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Right on.
Yeah,
That's
it's been
great.
a life changer.
So this wasn't here last time I was here, Dave.
Yeah.
When did you build this thing?
Well, I think it was last year. We got 6.5 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And the road blew out.
Okay. You had some time then.
Yeah, and I knew it was coming.
I like your shake work.
Yeah, it's all built. This was the cedar mill burnt down, and so it's all free. Everything's free.
That's awesome. Can I check inside?
Yeah.
This is where you've been working on your axes and kind of setting up just as a little shop here.
Yeah, and I finally have a little shop, which I've never had anything like that. So I've got just 12 volt going on this.
Oh, nice. This is awesome, Dave.
Yeah. It's just been like a little bit at a time. A lot of this stuff is stuff you gave me too. Like, I think you milled.
Well, there's the welder up there.
Yeah, the welder's up here. And
That's
because today was the first day I used any kind of power tool, so I had sparks going.
Well, you got yourself a vice now.
Yeah, I
little
got
guy.
this one, and then this one.
Ooh, that's cool. That's
I
old
haven't
Sears.
used this, but I've seen that people.
Oh yeah, belt grinder.
So I just nailed it in sideways. I was like, okay, this way I could. And I'm gonna
get
put
your
the
fishing stuff all set up too.
Yeah, because this is all stuff I've had forever, and I just haven't gotten the chance.
Finally
to
getting
do
in
it
one
all.
space. That's pretty cool. You think you might do a deck off of this thing?
Yeah, I thought about it. I mean, that's why I built it like that, was just to have like a nice place to walk out and do the coffee.
Yeah, for sure. That's your little pantry?
Yep, I keep,
That's awesome,
I
man.
have squash that's been in there for 7 months, I think.
Really? That's cool. So where'd you get this guitar, Dave?
This kid, who surfed out here,
Yeah.
he gave it to one of the ladies that lives out here, and then she gave it to me. Like, he had
Perfect.
said, well, Dave needs a guitar, I don't play it, and I've been making all the new music with just these 4 strings.
That's perfect. this one stop running on you?
Yeah, I just haven't fired it up really.
Yeah. Well, if you need a carb cleaning, next time I'm out, I'll come over here with a few tools. We'll clean up the carb.
Rad. That's probably what it is.
I bet that's all it needs.
And it's just being kind of rusty and like, you know, this is a janky thing I've done.
Well, you've been running off of that thing for a long time, right?
10 years.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. And it hasn't really
like
had
brand new when it came out. That was like the first year they had that model, I think.
And it hasn't had like the easiest life out here.
No.
You know, like massive amounts of rain all the time.
I say that the Harbor Freight generators are radical.
Yeah.
Forget the Hondas, man.
Yeah. We'll clean the carb.
127 pounds. Yeah. I carried it down.
We'll get that carb clean and get that thing going again for you.
Rad, Mike. Everything was just a handsaw.
So you built this recently?
Yeah, this was last year.
It's a great little structure.
Yeah, I just built it off of my shower and
oh, I do remember that little room down there. That's cool.
And this was gonna be, I was gonna live in this.
Yeah, let's check it out.
But then I decided to turn it into a pantry. And if I open up this part, you get more light in here. And this is my orchard. So I got the orchard back there.
Oh, you got some fruit trees planted?
Yeah, I got like 15 apple trees.
Oh, that's cool.
And then in here we got...
I like those old crates, man.
Yeah, I got this from the Satsop Bulb Farm. They're from 1928.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they got plastic ones now.
Oh, that's... Yeah, they replaced the awesome old wooden ones with plastic, huh?
This
you got squash down here?
Yeah, this stuff is over 7 months, so I haven't come through and cleaned everything. This is the only moldy one.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, dude. So hopefully they're just cheap-ass Amazon batteries, but I've had good luck with them. And like I said, don't leave them plugged in and bail because I don't know how much you can trust those things. But hopefully that gets you going with your Canon again.
Dude, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Like I can't thank you enough.
Oh, thanks for all the music, Dave. I appreciate it, man.
That's what I'm hoping people just start trading stuff in like good energy, you know?
That's a good way to go.
Some of us that don't have a lot of money have a lot of good energy, you know? So,
that's awesome.
So I want to go on those little camp adventures.
Oh, for sure. What year is this one, Dave?
It's 88 and a half.
88 and a half. Now that's like a special model, right?
These are the rare ones, especially the tin tops.
Yeah, man. I used to have a 87 tin top, darker blue color. Yeah. And it rode like a freaking 1-ton. Rode super, super harsh, but I sure like that little Sammy. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it made me start looking into cars, and it was random. One of the kids that I helped skate or teach how to skateboard, his brother was the guy who was selling this.
Okay.
He's from the village that's just south of where I live. I got it for pretty cheap, especially for what the value of these ones are.
They are so cool, man. These little Samurais. My Sidekick, I like my Sidekick, but it's not quite the same styling. The Sidekick has like more integrated headlights. I like the round headlights. That's kind of like what I got with my little Carry is the round headlights.
Yeah.
And just the more squared off bodies on these things are just awesome. What great little 4x4s, man.
Dude, that's been the best is like how good the 4x4 is.
Yeah.
They call it the Jeep Rescue Vehicle.
They are awesome, man.
But somebody here shot a BB
what?
Or something through it.
Ah, what the shit.
And that was kind of a bummer.
Well, it's getting pretty late. Time to head out and go to a camping spot. I'll put a link below to Dave's YouTube channel and some of my favorite movies he's made. If you like them, give him a thumbs up, leave a nice comment, and maybe consider subscribing to his channel. It'd be pretty cool to see his channel grow some more. And go check out his music. If I can figure out where they're posted, I'll put a link to his full albums as well. Well, it was good seeing Dave. Got to hang out with him, and when I was taking off from his place, some friends showed up and hung out with them for the last few hours, had some food at their place. So probably not going to go for a full meal tonight, but I got some steak that's been marinated. I'm going to probably throw that on the skillet and cook a few of the little things, and then probably call it a night. Got the diesel heater fired up now, which is nice, warming this thing up. It's just a little olive oil here, garlic mixed in with it. A little marinated steak. Got some homemade coleslaw I made, and a little bit of steak, mushroom, and onion. A bit of a late evening dinner, but it's almost 11 now, so don't need to eat too much this late. That's about perfect. Nice little, that steak turned out really good. I marinated it for about a day now. Turned out pretty good. It's a little ribeye. For how simple as a little evening meal is, really hits the spot, man. That steak turned out excellent. Drying out my backpack and jacket here. This thing is soaking wet. I got all my camera gear and iPad in here. Hanging out with Dave outside for about 3 or 4 hours, and this stuff just got soaked. Good evening. Good hanging out with some friends. I think I'm gonna call it night. Hopefully it's not pouring down rain in the morning. That'd be really nice. Rain's let up a little bit, but it'd be nice to cook breakfast outside without a downpour. So let's hope for the best weather tomorrow. All right, see you tomorrow.
Insane. You're stupid.
Huh?
You should sleep late, man. It's just much easier on your constitution.
Well, got a nice fresh cup of coffee here. Raining still, not as bad as it was yesterday.
This some serious gourmet shit.
I think I'm gonna skip out on breakfast right now, head down the road, find another spot maybe by a river or something to make some breakfast. Maybe it'll slow down raining, maybe it'll pick up, who knows, but been cutting off the treats lately. I've been cutting down on sugar, but I can't refuse this one. My wife brought home some homemade apple fritters her coworker made, so I brought one on the trip. I'm gonna not skip out on this week here. Probably gonna enjoy this, pack up, and then head down the road and probably cook a little breakfast a little later. Thank you, Sandy. Your apple fritters are wonderful. Alright, time to turn off the diesel heater. Kicked it on this morning for about 45 minutes to warm it up, but like it was on until maybe 1 last night. It was like a sauna in here with the side window open, the vent open. They even opened the side hatch for a while completely, and it was still too hot in here. So those little heaters work good. That's only 2 kilowatt. Nice. My backpack, my hat, my jacket all dried out last night. Unfortunately, yesterday when I was leaving Dave's place, I think something broke in my parking brake mechanism. It was pretty muddy, so I had to put in 4-wheel drive to back up, and I felt like the rear wheels stuck or locked up. The parking brake was super stiff to release. Yeah, now it's like you can pull it up pretty high, and it's barely holding the truck. Usually the park brakes work really well on here, but you know, having a 36-year-old vehicle, stuff's bound to kind of wear out or break. Looks like I'm kind of due for some maintenance anyhow. Oil change, check on, I think I might have a small coolant leak. I got some tune-up parts for this thing, and I guess I'll be working on the rear brakes, but it's the way it goes sometimes. I mean, everything kind of needs some maintenance once in a while. So I've been checking my back brake drums because I had some issues with the parking brake, and this drum feels especially hot. I was backing up for one of the shots and I heard a big clunk again just from going reverse. So there must be some loose parts in there shifting around, but I can just briefly touch the drum. So that sucks for a few reasons. I got like 70 miles to go back home. Dragging brake, 42, 43 horsepower, 660cc engine. So it's gonna be a slow trip. And hopefully the wheel doesn't get smoking hot, so we'll see. Not the smoking hot I like. Bummer, my egg is busted in here. I had it in my mug last night with some paper towels to protect it. Should have brought one of those little egg cases. I'm gonna see if I can salvage it, but I don't know. It doesn't look so good. I don't have a lid for this cast iron. I'm going to improvise, so I'm going to kind of scoot everything in and cast it with that. So I've had some people in the last video, quite a few, be concerned about my salt intake because they saw me put in this container what they thought was salt on my eggs and said 1 pinch is all you need, or watch it, you're going to have problems later if you eat that much salt. This isn't just salt. This is a little bit of salt in here. Pepper, paprika, garlic, onion powder, and a few other spices I decided to kind of blend in here. So there's kind of a wide range of spices in here. It's not just one thing. It's not just salt. So this one's not looking so good. I don't know. We'll see. Not the most awesome look in there, but I don't think I had a shell in it. I know it just cracked this morning because it was fine before I left. Moment of truth. Looks pretty good. Now this is a custom little secret sauce here. Well, I'll tell you the recipe. Basically mayonnaise, and if I didn't have sriracha I would have used that, but it's like garlic hot sauce mixed with mayonnaise. Real simple, and it's super tasty. It's great on baked potatoes. It's great on all kinds of stuff. If you like slightly spicy garlic things. It's an A+ breakfast right there.
I buy the gourmet expensive stuff because when I drink it, I want to taste it.
Well, heading out after breakfast, have a long drive home, probably about 70-ish miles, probably another 15 miles on gravel roads like this. Just pushing on through, rain all day, and knowing what I know later in the video, I probably shouldn't have been blasting through those big mud puddles. Not good. I don't know if I just got water in my distributor or what, but my truck just started cutting out hard, like hard start, stop, start. Now it's going again. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm out of cell phone range and I got like 6 miles to the nearest highway. Oh man, I went over a bridge. Maybe I got some water splashed up when I came over a puddle, but that was not good. I've never had it run like that. I'm not sure what that was. I'm thinking I got water in my distributor for a second because it was like misfiring really hard. I've gone through a lot of puddles. Oh, there it goes again. Uh-oh. Okay. Turn the choke on. Totally misfiring. All right, let's get out of here. Oh. All right, got the truck going again. I don't know what's going on. The second time it's cut out. I've got like 65, 70 miles to go back home, so we'll see. Between that and the parking brake issue, damn, never had this much trouble on any of my cutting. Oh, cutting out again. Okay, going again. Again, get off the bridge. Come on, come on. Not good. Oh, just stalled. Come on. Back at it again. I don't know. Maybe it's a fuel pump issue. I just put that fuel pump on a few hundred miles back and do have another one, but I could hear it cycling. That was one of the first things I checked. All right, let's just get home, little truck. Back onto a main highway. Let's get the hell out of here. Hopefully the truck makes it. Well, cut out on me, lost power. Let it sit and idle for a little while. Kind of came back. If I can do this every 4 miles, flip it home, I'll do that. Seems like a fuel delivery issue now with that. Maybe it is that cheap pump I put on here. So cruising around the lake now. I got about 20 miles on the truck since it cut out last. Hopefully it's going to be trouble-free the rest of this trip. There's not much shoulder, as you can see on the side of this road. So keep our fingers crossed and our cheeks clenched that we make it around here. I think I got water in my tank, and I tried to get some of that heat from a store. They didn't have any. That's the stuff that's alcohol, kind of absorbs the water. That's something, note to self, keep that in here. I got a flap choke on this carb, so I pulled the choke on a few times going highway speeds. It's not an enrichment valve choke on here, it's actual flap. And maybe I pulled some of the water out of that float bowl through the jet. Who knows? Just want to get home and time for a tune-up. Next video you guys see might be a tune-up video. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a nice comment down below. Give it a thumbs up. Truck's cutting out again, man. Look at the shoulder here. This sucks. Well, I made it home. A few close ones around the lake there with it shutting off with zero shoulder. So got back. Time will tell in the next few videos. I'll probably mention if I find the problem what it was, because the truck makes fine power, cruises down the road for anywhere from 5 miles to 15 without a problem, and then just falls on its face, no power. To go to fire it up, it takes a while. I'll bring on the choke, off the choke, try some different things, and finally get it to kind of start working. And you try to drive off and it just falls on its face again. And then after we get it running for 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30, then it will start going again and the truck runs fine again. So seems fuel or electrical. Probably fuel though. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye.